All right, so today I was sitting at work, right? And this thought came to me. I was just sitting there pondering. I work at a casino, by the way. Not my dream goal, not my end goal. But that's besides the point. I was sitting there just thinking to myself, what if money was not a thing? What if money or any sort of currency, any sort of paper, anything that we held for value, as we do with money, if that were not a thing, would I really be at this job right now? Would I really be doing the thing that I'm doing right now? I'm not saying I was miserable. I'm not saying I was sad or any of that shit. I'm just saying, would I really be at this casino helping all these guests, all these people, having a good time, all that good stuff? Would I really be here right now if money was not a thing, if currency was not a thing? I often remind myself, right? Or not even remind myself, but I often think that 90, I would say this is a random estimate. I don't know the actual number, but it just seems like it to me. I would say 97% of the people on Earth, on planet Earth, that you see every day as you're walking by to and from, just random characters that you see, 97% of those people wouldn't be doing the job or wouldn't be doing the career that they're in if money wasn't a thing. They're not doing their 90% of those, 97% of those people, right? Aren't pursuing their actual passion, and they are only doing the thing because they need money, whether it be to support their family, pay their bills, expenses, etc. How if money wasn't an issue, how would you reevaluate your life? What would you actually be doing? Would you pursue your passion? Would you be doing things that you actually enjoy? What would you be doing in your free time? Like, what would you actually be doing? And I told myself, like, I'm 27 now. I think I'm someone who thinks deeply about like just random things like this, life, just trying to improve my life, to improve in general, and I just reflect on society as a whole. That's just my thinking, and I just sitting there thinking, just looking at all these people like walking by. I'm like, they're having a good time because they're in the casino right now, but like, how many of those people, right, when they leave the casino and have to go to work the next day, how many of those people are actually want to do those things? How many people actually want to wake up in the morning, do their hour or their 30-minute commute, clock in, clock out, go home? How many of those people actually want to do those things? What would they actually do if they were given a $10 billion check right now? What would those people actually be doing? Like, what passion? Like, I remind myself when I'm, say, when you're fucking 80 years old, right? If you ever spoke with someone who is older, just an older individual, one regret that they probably have when they were younger is they didn't take enough risks, they didn't take any chances. And a lot of that can be because of the career path that they chose. Because we're at a career, we're at a job 8 hours a day plus the commute, so that's 10 hours a day. We're at our job a majority of our life. Like, we sleep 8 hours, and then we have an additional couple hours to do whatever we want. But we're around our coworkers. We're actually doing that task of working, whatever working is for you. We're doing that a majority of the day. But how many people actually enjoy the thing that they're doing? A lot of people that I spoke to who are older, like their 50s, 60s, whatever, because I work with some people who happen to be older, they're like, yeah, man, like, I don't really enjoy this, but like, it gets me by, it gets the bills paid. And I don't think we should look, or me at least, I'm not telling anyone how they should live their life, but like, me at least, I don't want to just get by. Like, I don't want to be in a field where I'm like, damn, I'm just doing this for the bread. I'm doing this for the money. Like, people do certain jobs just for money, and understandably so. But also, what comes with money, right? which is, I believe, the root of all the corruption, the root of all evil. Everything revolves around money. The things we do on a daily basis revolves around money. Everything we do revolves around money. But would say you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, would you still steal if you had all the money in the world? If you had everything possible, just money, just to say money in this case. But if you had all the money in the world, would you still steal? A majority of people who are poor or who don't have the materialistic things or who don't have even enough just to get by. They don't have enough to put food on the table. They don't have enough to pay their bills. They happen to be the ones who do end up stealing, who do end up trying to finesse the system, who do end up trying to do these things. But say they had all the funds in the world, all the money in the world, would that still happen? Probably not, because they already have what they need. So there's no reason for them to go rob someone. There's no reason for them to cheat the system somehow. There's no reason because you have the money. All the bad shit that happens is because of money also. The job you do is because of money. The bad shit, the corrupt shit that happens just in life, wars, everything, money is always going to be the main focus. Like, all right, this whole thing revolves around money. And another thing with money, why it's such a evil in a sense, is because when you have that money, right? You happen to be wealthy, you happen to have lots of money. People then see you as someone of status. People who tend to be wealthier tend to have more power, tend to have more status, or I should say tend to have more status, which then means they have more power. That's what most people see it as, right? The wealthier individuals tend to have more power over like your average middle class person. They can make bigger decisions in things. They can persuade people to do certain things because they do have that money. And it's just, I don't know. I just, this is just my thought. Like, just a random thought. Like, I was just thinking about today. Like, all the shit that goes on, everything that goes on in the world is because of money. People, like I said, go to work, clock in, do the thing they don't really want to do, but they have to do to put food on the table, to pay their shit, pay their loans, pay whatever. They go to their job for money. All the corrupt shit that goes on, stealing, wars, all that nonsense, because of money. People who have money tend to have power, and they tend to abuse that. But what's the root cause of that? Money again. So I'm not saying money is a bad thing. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm just trying to think of a world where money wasn't a thing. If currency wasn't a thing. Maybe there'd be some sort of, maybe if it was a utopia, right? People would always find something to like want to steal. People would always want to find something to want to, I don't know. Maybe if money wasn't a thing, I can't even think if it wasn't a thing because it's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be wealthier individuals. There's always going to be people who resent others because of their status on the totem pole, and people are always going to seek the next dollar, seek the next buck, because they. Oh, here's another thing, right? Forgot to mention, people value their happiness, value their their mental, they value their who they are as a person based on money, based on wealth. Basing your happiness, I think, basing your joy, basing your well being on something that actually has no value is the craziest thing to me. Like, always trying to chase that dollar, always trying to chase that next buck, always trying to. Like, obviously, like, we live in a world with money, so you need it to buy things. The point of me making this video is just to like open your eyes on everything that happens in this world is because of that one thing that we have in our pocket, the one thing we open our wallets for, the one thing that we all need in order to survive, and that's money. But like if you going back to happiness, right? The worst thing you could ever do is value your happiness or rely your happiness on how much money you have. That's the worst thing because then you're always going to be chasing that happiness because you think, oh, maybe if I have 10 million in my bank account, that'll make me happy. Maybe if I have 20 mil, all right, no, maybe not 20, but 30. And then you're just seeking that dollar, just seeking that. You're the squirrel chasing the nut. You're never going to find it. Mac Miller is one of my favorite artists, right? I have a leg sleeve tattoo on my. I have a tattoo of Mac Miller on my leg. He's a multimillionaire, was a multimillionaire, RIP, but he's a wealthy individual, was a wealthy individual. Did that money make him happy? You saw what happened to him. He's probably one of the most depressed people on the planet because some people think when they're poor, once they get the money, that it'll change things. Look at Robin Williams, a wealthy individual. People outside looking in be like, oh, he has all this, he has all these things around him, he has all this money in the world, and you see what happened. Like, so you can't just evaluate, oh man, like once I get the bag, everything will happen. Once I get this money in my pocket, once I get this 7-figure job, this, I don't know. A lot of the things, I'm gonna end it shortly because I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, and I kind of portrayed the message I was trying to. But a lot of the negative shit, a lot of the stuff that just goes on in this world, a lot of the bad is because of the thing that's in our pocket. So I don't know. I just wanted to make people aware of this. People know this, but if you want to listen to more of my spiels of just random thoughts, I like to talk about things like this, not money necessarily, but like just more so life and our purpose and like things like that, like the I guess the crazier shit, not the crazier shit, but like deeper stuff, not that dumb shit, not no surface level shit. I like talking about deeper shit. So if you are into that, stay tuned. I'm be talking more about those type of things, but I don't know. It's just food for thought. Like, what if money wasn't an option? What if money wasn't a thing? What if money wasn't something we needed, right? How would your life, my life, everyone's life differ? I don't know. We'll never know. There's something we'll never know, but it's food for thought.